Good morning, good afternoon, and good day everybody. David here, and today something a little bit different. We're going to react to a trailer that's literally just dropped from Bungie. I've not seen it yet, so it's going to be a true reaction. And also we're going to explore the massive news that Sony has purchased Bungie. Now a few people have already covered this on like a basic level, but there's some very particular wording that I think has been missed over by other content creators, and it's very important to sort of get your head around, because it clearly defines what the next steps are for Bungie and for Sony, and exactly what the deal encompasses. So we're just going to talk over that as well at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now this is the new trailer, so again I've not seen it yet, so I'll get rid of my face here, and then and yeah, let's see what is in store for us. I'm excited. All right, let's do it.
What is the relic on Mars? The power to create your own weapons.
Oh, no. You can actually pick the perks, masterwork and everything. That's awesome. Oh my god. You fire slugs at people. Oh mate, they're all high themed. They look sick. Titan glaive. Oh mate. That looks sick. Oh no. Oh no. I'm a little worried, but also extremely excited. Jesus. Oh my days. I'm back. Alright, let's have a quick go back through this and break down some stuff.
What is
This is ridiculous.
the power to create your own weapons.
So this, obviously Bungie announced this a little while ago, weapon crafting coming to the game. By the looks of it, I'm guessing these are all the molds that for the weapons that you'll be able to craft. At the minute it's going to be more limited, and they'll obviously add to it over time. So we already got told that the glaive would be the first weapon that you get to like create as part of this weapon crafting system. I don't know if that would be a exotic glaive that we've not seen in the trailer or not, or whether that is the same glaives that we saw that were character specific. But I'm guessing that'll be part of the story if we get to craft that first. Now this is huge. We've been asking for this in Destiny for so long. A direct means to get the exact roll that you want on your favourite weapon. So here he's choosing the exact barrel he wants, with the magazine and the perk with the masterwork. So in that scrolling section though, we only saw one perk, so I don't know if they've still limited it to just the barrel, magazine option and one perk. We didn't technically see them flicking between the last perk and the masterwork. I hope that's not the case. I really do hope that they've just gone all in and you can just determine everything to it, but we'll see when it comes. But regardless, this is going to just get rid of so much RNG, and it's going to be so fun and rewarding to actually grind this stuff out and actually get the exact weapon with the exact roll that you want for your particular build. The weapons look cool for this season. So here we are. A slug launcher charges full auto missiles. Season pass required, so this is part of the season pass. One of the season pass rewards. Probably the one that you get straight off the bat. This looks ridiculous. Full auto missiles firing slugs at people. Look, there's the LMG there as well, which again, just the aesthetic of these weapons looks so good. I'm loving just the look of them immensely. So Parasite, a worm launcher with increased damage. So this will be a grenade launcher that obviously fires those little worms that we saw. When it says increased damage, I'm not sure if it will be increased damage over consecutive firing, so each slug will do more and more damage. I don't know, but that looks ridiculous. Firing worms at people. Those explosive worms that you currently can't remember what the strike's called, but when you put the worms in the wall and the wall like explodes, it's the exact same thing here, but in a weapon. So this is the SMG. Swarming projectiles trigger a toxic burst. So this is very much going down, multiple weapons here, very much going down that thorn, poison, toxic sort of route. And we, as a community, speculated that because of the, the Warlock gauntlets that came out with Beyond Light, I forgot what they're called as well. But we speculated as a community that Toxic will be like a new dark subclass coming, and all of this sort of reinforces that idea. It's obviously still not confirmed, but it's getting more and more likely, I think. It looks sick. Again, just the aesthetic, it looks so good. So here we go. Glaives for each character. People was wanting independent weapons for each class again. So in D1 we obviously had like Ace of Spades and stuff, that was for the Hunter. And then we did have the swords in D2 that were for each class, but then they got sunset. So this is like the new class-specific weapon. I think it's great. Definitely a fun twist to sort of encourage people to play the different classes and whatnot. For the Titan Glaive, Edge of Action, plus Protective Shield, which sounds cool. And that will obviously be the range part of this weapon. The glaives have both a melee and a range attack associated with them. But look at that, he fired like a mini bubble, which interestingly, I speculated in my last trailer video about the little Titan shield making like a mini bubble. So this is pretty much doing exactly what I pictured, but obviously associated with the glaive rather than the melee. Warlock Glaive, Edge of Intent, deploy healing turret. That's awesome. Reinforcing the Warlock support class even more, which is cool. If this is a legendary weapon in the energy slot, you can pair it alongside Lumina, so then you'll have a healing turret healing your team, and you'll be able to heal them and buff them with Lumina, and then have the Boots of the Assembler giving out buffs as well. It's just going to be crazy. Like, the potential for just a massive support build is going to be insane. And the Hunter one, they obviously get a very selfish weapon. Edge of Concurrence, Tracking Chain Lightning, which sounds cool. Like, who doesn't want to fire bolts of lightning at people that scurry along the floor? Very much looking like the Trinity Ghoul thing there. This is the edge of a hand cannon by the looks of it, which looks very cool indeed. Looking forward to seeing more of that. Hang on a second. Is that? That's got to be a new Iron Banner hand cannon. It's got the same thing as the Reese Walker shotgun along the barrel. That's Iron Banner for sure. Definitely. I'm calling that right now, chat. And this looks like the exotic for the Warlock, Ophidian Aspects. Looks sort of like a ornament for that as well. Hunter, the SMG, Vice Rapid Frame, a very good SMG there. And then again, another ornament for the invisibility helmet. Is it Graviton something? Very cool. Now the Titan. So that's a exotic armor piece. Chest, stasis wall replaces barricade, which is awesome. That means you don't have to use the glacial grenade anymore. You could use dust field grenade and then this, and you still put up your stasis walls. Great for getting revives in trials and all that, but you'll be able to get it back faster because it's tied to the barricade rather than your grenade. Or you can go all in and get glacial grenades as well and just put walls everywhere. This I'm slightly worried about. It could very definitely be too much. It probably will be slightly overtuned upon release, but hopefully not too much. But it looks cool. This is what I love about stasis, actually playing defensively with it rather than the freezing aspect. So, another one. Enhanced, and this will be for the Warlock, enhanced gloves, additional cold snap. So you get 2 of them, 2 grenades, with enhanced seeking. So that'll be great. Reinforcing the idea that the Warlock is the freezing class, whereas the Titan is the shatter one, with the being able to shatter his wall of stasis that he puts up. And then Arcstrider, exotic. Arcstrider is definitely meta at the moment, so this again is going to reinforce that. A lot of people play middle tree as well, and this directly improves that class. So reflected projectiles deal even more increased damage. So this will also be fantastic for PvE. This is already a pretty good super for PvE because you get triple damage when you reflect a projectile back at a enemy. This will bump that up even more so. So it should be very good in PvE, and I'm excited to see what plays you can make in PvP with it. It should be very cool indeed. That looks like a trace rifle there, if I had to guess. Like another legendary one, perhaps, that we can craft as well. So yeah, trace rifle up the front there. Is that the one of the weapons we saw earlier, I think, on the right there? And it looks like the SMG that the hunter's got on the left there. Well, I just clocked how freaking cool that helmet is at the front. Look at that! You're flipping Ghost Rider with that helmet. That looks sick. It looks like a skull with flames. That's crazy. Cool stuff. So here we go. Pre-order the deluxe edition and receive instant in-game rewards. Includes the exotic SMG. So it might not be directly tied to pre-ordering. You might only get instant access to it by pre-ordering. If you don't pre-order the game, you might have to earn it by another means, and it might take longer. But that will do it for the reaction video, guys, and the breakdown. So now let's jump into the Sony buying Bungie news and break down some important things that I think other content creators missed and whatnot. So I'm going to start by briefly going over our shared vision from the Bungie website and just point out a couple of key things in there. So there's a Q&A where Bungie outright just say straight off the bat that Destiny 2 is not going to be PlayStation exclusive. So they really want to reinforce that point straight off the bat, and the fact that their vision for Destiny is a global one where people can play anytime at any point with anybody. So that's stated here, where they say, no, our commitment to Destiny 2 as a multi-platform game with full crossplay remains unchanged. We want you to play the Witch Queen on the platform of your choice. So now they are stating there specifically Witch Queen. You could speculate that there might be other DLCs or other minor things that are PlayStation exclusive, whether that be like new maps or certain weapons that are only on PlayStation. This has happened in the past, and it's always been looked upon on the whole as a bad thing. I think it's going to be even worse now if you have crossplay. Imagine if this season the Lawrence Driver was PlayStation exclusive, and but you're playing crossplay and you come across it in the Crucible all the time. You know how dominant and powerful that weapon is. I don't want that to happen for the future of Destiny. So that's one little thing to bear in mind on their particular wording here, and one concern to have. But with regards to playing, the actual game itself, that should not be console exclusive. Now this is an important bit to emphasize. Bungie retains full creative independence for our games and our community. So our plans for the Light and Dark saga are unchanged all the way through the final shape in 2024. So past that point, things could change, but up to that point, they've laid out their plans and they're sticking to them by the sounds of it. But the interesting thing here is Bungie retains full creative independence for our games. Again, we're going to keep coming back to this term where they're specifying games, and you'll see why as we delve deeper into this, why that's an important distinction. The fact that they retain full creative independence is awesome. That means they can do exactly what they want and how they want to do it, and so that should not affect Destiny 2 and any other games that Bungie comes out with in the future. They're just pointing out here that Bungie's commitment to cross-platform play and social features remains unchanged. We believe games are best shared with friends wherever they choose to play, and we will continue to invest in new features and platforms. So again, this is something that I personally am speculating and expecting from Bungie, that they're just going to keep expanding Destiny 2 more and more. Anything that comes out in the future that's sort of streaming games, anything that takes Stadia to the next step, or more mobile focused gaming, I think Bungie is going to be at the forefront of that, and Destiny 2 is going to be a game that they sort of push into that direction as well. Now this is another important distinction that they've made here. If Bungie has future games in development, will they now become PlayStation exclusives? No, we want the worlds we are creating to extend to anywhere people play games. Going back to what they said earlier about pushing out more and more different platforms. We will continue to be self-published. This is an important thing. So this is a different deal to what they had with Activision, because they're retaining their own self-publishing rights. They're creatively independent. So again, very different to sort of the deals they've had in the past. We'll continue to drive one unified Bungie community. Just their vision is to just expand, go as many different platforms and as many different places as possible where you can play games. And they're very much looking right down the line, and maybe even being part of this metaverse theory and whatnot. So I think their vision is to just keep growing and to be at the forefront of gaming, basically. Also on the Bungie website, they've got this Bungie joined Sony Interactive Entertainment. Now there's a couple of really important things that are specified in here, and again the wording is very particular and very important for exactly what their intentions are. We believe games have limitless potential, and that to do anything worthwhile in entertainment we must bet big on our vision, on our studio, and our incredible team of trusted creators who build unforgettable worlds that truly matter to people. So again, this keeps reinforcing the fact that they want to be at the forefront of gaming for the future, whether that is more mobile focused stuff, whether that takes Stadia to the next level, or whether that's part of the metaverse. They want to keep pushing this. So here's another hugely important bit. In Sony Interactive Entertainment, we have found a partner who unconditionally supports us in all we are, and who wants to accelerate our vision to create generation-spanning entertainment. Keyword being entertainment, not games. All while preserving the creative independence that beats in Bungie's heart. Like us, Sony believes that game worlds are only the beginning of what our IPs can become. I'm going to build on this in a minute. Together, we share a dream of creating and fostering iconic franchises that unite friends around the world, families across generations, and fans across multiple platforms and entertainment mediums. Today, Bungie begins our journey to become a global multimedia entertainment company. This nails it on the head, exactly what their intentions are and how you should view not only Destiny but Bungie as a whole now. So they're going to take Destiny and all their future IPs to not just gaming. So this involves movies and TV, like comic books, like anything you can think of. And Sony is no better person to pair with to make that happen. And Microsoft may be the bigger company, but Sony already have their like films and TV and stuff that they have had huge success in with Spider-Man franchise and whatnot. So it makes sense for Bungie to want to pair with them to take Destiny into that sort of realm of just a massive franchise rather than just a gaming experience. They keep reinforcing the fact that they've got creative independence, so they decide what they do with their own IP, which is huge. Bungie fought for a long time to get that freedom away from Activision and away from Microsoft before that. So it seemed very surprising to me that a year later they would immediately sign that all away again. This is just reinforcing the fact that they're in creative control and they're behind the driving wheel. Now, this is a hugely important distinction here, which again links to something I was talking about earlier. We remain in charge of our destiny. We will continue to independently publish and creatively develop our games. So now this is important that they're specifying games. They're going to be independent publishers of their own games, but possibly Sony will have publishing rights with regards to the movies, TV, and other aspects of the franchise that they're trying to build. And then again, they go into, they're just going to expand and hire more and more. Bungie have been hiring like crazy for the past year or more, and this is just going to give them even more fuel behind them to just keep pushing that, keep expanding, get as big as they can, which could only benefit Destiny because not only more content, more bigger content like Forsaken style or even bigger, but also with regards to sandbox tuning and stuff, there might always be someone on standby to actually do that, so more changes more often, which is great for Destiny. So again, just huge news. Sony partnering up with Bungie. I say partnering, they have bought them, so they do technically own them, but they have stated that they own them as an independent subsidiary. So Bungie keeps creative freedom with Destiny and their IPs, as stated, as we looked over, and also publishing rights to their games. Again, they keep reinforcing the fact that they want to make not only Destiny, but all their future IPs as franchises rather than just gaming. So Sony Entertainment is a no-brainer. They're going to start putting out more TV shows, more movies, things like this, to push Bungie's IPs to the forefront of not only gaming, but just entertainment as a whole. We already know from a year or more ago that Luke Smith, who was in charge of sort of Destiny, took a slightly different role and became more in charge of Destiny the franchise. I think that was the very first steps in sort of this deal and sort of where Bungie's goals are for the future. So on the whole, I'm excited for it. The only negatives I can see happening is if we start getting weapons or maps or anything that's exclusive that sort of goes directly against what Bungie's goals are and what they've said their goals are. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But Bungie have said up until in the final shape that they've got a clear path cut out for them. So hopefully past that point there's no sort of exclusivity or anything like that to deter what they've said their goals are. But that should do it for the video, guys. A huge one today. Massive news from obviously the Sony thing, and then a trailer dropped today as well, which was also massive, and it looks freaking awesome. I'm so excited for Witch Queen. Weapon crafting in particular is something I'm so excited for, and 3.0 as well. So I'm expecting a trailer for 3.0 specifically in the next few weeks or so leading up to Witch Queen. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it insightful and entertaining and all that good stuff. If you have, a like and subscription is very much appreciated. But until next time, my friends, stay safe, take care, stay cool, and I'll catch you all in a bit. Why did I say stay cool? I don't know. Bye, so bye.